Is cash value insurance beneficial for me? That's what I get asked a lot by my clients.
It sounds great because it seems like, okay, I actually have a cash value to my life insurance. Or the way that I hear people talk to me about it is they say, well, Matt, can I borrow from my life insurance? Or they tell me they have a life insurance policy they can borrow from. Technically, you can't. You can't borrow from your life insurance. So if you have a $500,000 policy, you do not have access to that $500,000 unless you die or you have an accelerated benefit rider and you get cancer or something like that. Okay. Life insurance is always life insurance. Cash value policies have an attached savings account to it. Okay. And people feel like, well, at least if I put money in this, then I can get something back if I decide to cancel the policy later on. Okay. So there's four basic ways that that cash value works. And I'll just go through them really quick. So one of the issues I have with cash value life insurance, and this isn't even the four basic ways, is that there really is no way of knowing how much of what you're paying per month is going towards the life insurance and how much you're even putting in your cash value, which is like your savings account. So Kadie, you're big on budgeting, physical responsibility, writing down, knowing what you're spending. So that's an immediate no-no, for you. And me as a financial professional, that's a no-no for me. I would never ask you to put money in something where I couldn't physically show you where it was going. No one would ever invest money with me as an investment advisor if I couldn't show them where the money is going. But when you buy a cash value policy, you don't see how much of your money is actually going toward life insurance, which you're even paying for that. And you don't see how much is going to your cash value, which is a good way to get taken advantage of. All right. We're not even into the four things that I don't like about it yet. Okay. So number one, it takes several years for that savings account, that cash value, to be worth anything. So if it was sold to you as an emergency fund, that's not a good emergency fund because for the first couple of years, there's nothing in it. Now, some cash value agents answer that by saying, well, that's why I tell people to put more money in. Oh, great. So it doesn't work well. So let's throw some more money at it. Okay. I don't find that as a good answer. All right. So it doesn't do anything for the first couple of years. Second of all, when it does start growing, usually it only grows at about 1 to 4% interest, which sounds appealing. This is kind of the drawing card to it because the savings account at a bank is making 0.10 or 0.15. But if it's making, let's just say 4% interest, but you can't show me how much of what I'm spending is going in there, and for the first several years it's worth nothing, that does not justify it. Point number three really doesn't justify it because what if you need cash value out of that? Okay, it's a cash value policy. I bought it because I have a cash value. What if I need money out of the cash value? Well, you have to fill out a request, which is basically loan paperwork because it's not your money. It's the life insurance company's money. And so they're going to charge you an interest rate to borrow your own money. That's right. They're going to charge you an interest rate to borrow your own money. Great American scam, I believe that is. What is that interest rate? Somewhere between 4 and 8%. So I don't care if it's making me 4%. If I've got to pay 4% to take it out, then I'm at a wash. I'm at zero. I would have been better at a savings account at 0.10, where at least every dollar I put in, I see it. It's there. It's liquid, right? So I have an issue with that. Now, some people say, well, wait a minute, aren't I paying that interest rate back to myself? Like if I borrow from my 401k and it's 3% interest, I make that back. This is not the case with life insurance. That interest is a straight up loss. It goes to the life insurance company, not you. So you're actually not borrowing from yourself. And the fourth thing I don't like about cash value is that you're paying a lot of money for the death benefit and this cash value, but you can't have both. So in other words, if you were to pass away, your family will get whatever the death benefit is, but whatever that cash value has grown to, you lose. Or if you borrow something out of the cash value, that is subtracted from the death benefit plus the interest that they're charging you for that. So it's kind of like, why are you paying for a product that does two things when you can only have one or the other, and it doesn't really do an effective job of both? Okay. So in a quick summary, what if you could have a financial plan where you have life insurance and you have a cash value, but you didn't have all the negatives of a cash value policy? Well, that obviously, if I could spend the same money, have all the positives but none of the negatives, then that would be a better solution. And there are better ways, as you and I know, to accomplish that.
Let me ask a follow-up question here. So say I've got clients that are in one of these types of plans. We know that term is generally a better plan, but what if they're not able to qualify for a term at this point?
Yeah, so a great rule of thumb that I know, Katie, you tell people and I tell people all the time is you always want to be very careful about canceling life insurance. So when we tell people this stuff, I don't want them to have a knee-jerk response and go and cancel stuff, okay? Because maybe they can't do something different or do something better because of their age or their health, a variable amount of reasons. So there are some times that I meet people or you meet people that are in a product that wouldn't have been our first choice, but because of where they're at in life and other variables, it doesn't make sense to change. And that's where you've got to get with a financial professional such as myself that you can trust that. And I don't know who else you can trust because I'm not them, but I know I'm me, right? But you get with someone that you can trust to go over the details of that contract with you, see if there are any better options that the numbers make sense. So one of my favorite sayings, I didn't come up with it, but it's a great saying, and that is that men and women lie, but numbers do not. So don't trust me, don't trust you, don't trust your neighbor, your pastor, your cousin-in-law who sells life insurance. Don't trust anybody. You need to look, you need to see in your contract the numbers of should I stay in this product or should I not? I can't tell you that. You can't tell you people that. The only thing that I can do is direct people to the contract and help them see the numbers for themselves.
That's really good information. Like I said, I get a lot of those questions, and I meet people who are in a policy that I would not normally recommend, but I also don't want them to be uninsured either. So this is very helpful. Thank you.